For the next 15 minutes, we're going to do a very traditional celebration of what our country's culture in terms of touching feet is. Charan means feet and Sparsh means touch. So, dear parents and dear children, come next to your children, sit next to them, be upright, right? You're going to really have an amazing thing, amazing journey over here. Now, just to reiterate, you need a few things for you to, be part of this process. One, you need a parent. Second, you need a child. Third, if you have a container, that would be great for the parent to keep their feet in. You need a little bit of water. If you have petals, amazing. If you don't, even a normal perfume would do, right? You need a clean cloth, which you can clean the feet of the person with. And you need to have enthusiasm and focus. That's it. So if you have that, you're going to really enjoy it. And in 15 minutes, we'll enjoy it. But I will begin with a story. So everyone, are you ready for a story? Would you like to listen to a story from me? Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
There's a story of when the whole situation of Ramayana gets over, when everyone reaches back Ayodhya. Ram is so grateful to everyone who's made this possible. So he goes out and says that I would like to give anything and everything to the people who made this happen, who brought Sita back, who restored glory to our entire kingdom. Now, many people ask for different things. Someone asked for gems, someone asked for jewels, someone asked for property, someone asked for money, someone asked for kingship. Sugriva asked for the kingship, right? Many people asked for many things, and Ram didn't think twice. He kept on giving. Do you know what Hanuman asked? Hanuman asked for the feet of Ram. He said, God, I want your feet. But why would someone ask for their feet? How will Ram walk if he gives off his feet? And Hanuman smiled and he says, no, my lord, I don't want your physical feet. I want a place in your feet. They say, those feet which walk in the right direction, those feet which walk in a good direction are the feet that you should follow. So I want your feet, and I always want to place around them, and I always want to follow you. And Ram just smiled, goes towards Hanuman and hugs him, and he says, no one in this world will ever be able to match the devotion that you have for me. In fact, you are greater than me. That is why today in the world, do you know, Jaisal, do you know, Lakshman, that there are more Hanuman Mandir than there are Ram Mandirs? Look at the greatness of the Lord, that he said the devotee will become more famous than the God itself. That is the belief, and that is the power of feet in our culture. Now, I'll tell you a little more stories. I'll tell you a few more things, but let's begin with our first thing. Okay. I want the children to sit in front of the child or below, so that the parent is here and the child is right in front of them, so that you can have a straight to straight conversation. If you would like to sit sideways, that also is fine. Okay. So parents and children, be there that way. Okay. You seeing each other is more important. If you can just hear me, that also is fine. Right. But parents and children being able to see each other, that's more important. Right. Okay. Aryan and Pari, I don't see a parent around, but it's good that, I can see both brothers and sisters being part of this. Wonderful. Okay, guys. Now, I want the child to touch the feet of the parent, and I want you to notice the texture. Do you see there's a little roughness? And parent, you'll have to actually show this, right? You'll actually have to let your children look at your feet a little closely. Let them touch it. Let them feel. Can you see some cracks? Can you see it's become a little rough and hard? If yes, give me a thumbs up. Dear parents, I would like you to answer a question now. Tell your children why your feet became so rough and tough. Tell your children why there are scars and cuts on your feet. And I'll tell you how you can tell that. Share one moment in your life which was very difficult, a very difficult phase in your life, and how you overcame it in a short way. But I want you to share this with your children. So one difficult moment in your life and how you overcame it. I'll give you 30 seconds. And I want you to tell it to your child. You don't have to tell it to us or anyone else, but tell it to your child. Wonderful. I'll give you 10 more seconds. Great. And I know If you want to know more details, you can always listen to the story once more from your parents. That's completely fine, right? But for now, let's move to the second step. The second step is now the children taking that little water, right? And now you will have to pour it over the feet. Ensure there's a container below, and it has to be below your parents' feet. So ask your parent to keep their feet on the container, take the water and slowly pour it on your parents' feet. And as you're pouring that water, I want you to put a little bit of your hand. Caress it very peacefully, very lovingly. Remember when you were young, your mama cleaned you up, didn't they? Maybe even today they do. They even cleaned your head, your face, your hand, even your bum. So you should not think 2 times before you clean their feet. This is going to be very awesome. So if in case you have someone else who wants to join as well, you can ask them to join. This is going to be for about 10, 15 minutes. You really enjoy it. Wonderful. I can see our Rishi Ravan is actually being a Ram now. Very nice. I can see wonderful. Oh, wow. So beautiful. I can see the camera turned towards the parent. Very nice. And keep doing it. Okay. So enjoy the whole process. And now I want the parent, I feel so nice, right? I want you to put your hand on your child's forehead. So put your hand on your child's forehead. Okay. And dear parent, again, you have to answer a question. Okay. I want you to tell one dream that you have for your child. What's that one dream you have for your child? Share it with them. I'll give you 30 seconds. They say that the dream of parents is so wonderful that you don't have to dream at all. If your parents' dream is fulfilled, every dream of yours will be fulfilled, probably even more than that. Parents are the only people whose dreams is simple. My child's dream, if it's fulfilled, my dream is fulfilled. Isn't that such a wonderful thing? Chalo, let's hope that you already shared that. Now, I want you to take a cloth, right? Since your parents' feet is wet now, let's take their feet out of the container and let's wipe it. Okay, let's make their feet dry now. Perfect, great. Now, as you're cleaning up, right? Remember, and parents, with all love, right? I want you to now hold the cheeks of your children. Right? Hold the cheeks of your child. Pyar se, okay? Not the one with what I'm saying, right? Okay, wonderful. Now, children, this time you will answer something. Okay. And remember, your parent is in a very good mood right now. So you can get away with some stuff now. Okay. I want you to confess or share one thing which you didn't tell to your parents before. So either you can confess something which you didn't do or something which you're sorry for, right? Today is the moment you can tell it to your parents. And parents, support your child a little bit. Tell them that you won't scold them. It's okay. All of us do some or the other mistake. There's some secret that we've kept. Remember, they say that your parent is the best friend that you will ever have. Before anyone else, your parent was there. After everyone else, your parent will still be there. If there's anything that you feel that, Mama, I think I did this which hurt you, I'd like to say sorry, and you can say that to them. Okay? Chalo, I'm going to hope that all children said something or the other. Let's move ahead, right? Now comes the flower part. For those of you who have a flower, if you don't have, you can even use a perfume, right? Now we're going to scent the feet of our parents, right? So generally we basically simply, put flowers on their feet and that smell emanates. But even if you don't have, take a little bit of a perfume and just spray it on their legs. Okay. I'll give you 10 seconds for it. And you can put some on you as well. Did you notice in the process of putting petals on your parents' feet, right? It's not just that their feet now smells good. Can you smell your own hands now? Children, can you smell your own hands now? Does it also smell nice? If you have given a good positive scent to someone else, doesn't the good smell also stay in your hand? And that is how life and love is. The more you give, the automatically more you get. Not only are your parents' lives becoming better, but even yours are. And now that you have done this, now the second question, now this is a nice question for you to ask. Remember, they're in a good mood. You can even get something now. Now, I want children to tell their parents, what is that one thing that you want from them? But you can't tell it in the form of something which is a material. You can't ask for a car, a toy, or money or something. It can't be a material. You have to ask something which is not material. What do you want from your parents? It can be anything. And dear parents, help your children ask. They say with an innocence and a smile, you can win the world. There was a small boy who went in front of a king and said, I want something from you. I've heard that you're a great dani, you're a great donor. And he says, yes, anyone who comes to me and asks, I always give. And with all innocence, he smiles and he says, I want the land which is covered by my 3 steps. The king smiles and laughs. He says, 3 steps of your tiny legs? Okay, given, anything.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I think I just said that I would love from my dad.
Oh, how cool is that? Wonderful. Would you like to rename yourself so that I know?
Isn't it amazing that Dhyanam also says same thing to me?
Ah, that is so nice.
And he said, I want the smile only, or your smiley face all the time, nothing else.
Wow. So good. So wonderful. Dear parents, remember, these children are the answer to your prayers. Remember, before your children were born, you prayed so much to God that give me a wonderful child. This child is the answer to that prayer of yours. And see, no wonder they have such amazing feelings and such amazing wishes for you. So good. You raised your children very well.
I want a hug from my parents.
You want a hug from your parents? Arre wow. Parent, abhi ka bhi hug dena abhi to aapko. And keeping them always happy is such a wonderful thing. Okay, very good. So now we've come to this. Okay, so now the last part, right? The last part of this activity, because we're moving towards that part. Now, this is something called a pledge. So both of you have to hold each other's hands. So parent and child, you have to hold each other's hands, right? And you really have to look into each other's eyes now. Do not look at me, look into each other's eyes. It's only a 2-minute thing, but really feel what I'm saying. Now, whatever I'm about to say, I want the child to tell to the parent. Okay, the child has to tell to the parent. So say this, right? I promise that I will always take care of you, just like you take care of me. As long as you live, I will never let a single tear roll down your cheeks. I will always be a reason for your smile and never for your pain. I will listen to your advice, Mama or Papa. I will adhere to your rules and I will follow the example that you set for me. I will try my best to study, to become a good human being, to become a successful human being, and to become a happy human being. But Mama, but Papa, if I make a mistake, please forgive me. Teach me, but don't leave me. I will be there for you, always. When you grow old, I will take care of you. And I promise you, I won't forget my promise. I love you, Mama. Now give a nice hug to your Mama. Give a nice kiss to Mama. They're the best friend in the world for you, isn't they? And every time I say this, I have a tear in my eyes because I also feel that emotion. Right? It's such a nice thing. Okay. Now, parents, it's your turn. Okay. So you're supposed to now give a word. Now, children, you have to listen to this very carefully. Okay. Okay. So parents, please repeat after me. My only wish is that you always be happy. May you achieve all that you want. May you make our family proud. May you be a role model child. May you be a role model student. And may you be a role model human being. May you make our country proud. May you make humanity proud. Beta, if I sometimes become angry, don't mistake me. I am only unhappy with what you did. I can never be angry on you. You are my cutie pie. You are my heart. You are my sweet. Beta, remember the promise you made. Remember what you just told me. When I become old, when I become sick, which I will one day, don't forget me. Take care of my body and my heart. Do you promise me you will give me medicines and your time till my last breath? Beta, I will love you. Thank you. And now I want the parent to give a hug to your child. I want the parent to give a kiss to your child. Such an important thing, isn't it? So nice to see all the wonderful hugs and um, cheers happening around, right? And it's such a nice thing, right? Whether you are doing this with your parent or not, even to see someone else do it is such a beautiful joy for everyone. Dear parents and dear children, today's intention was that itself, right? For all of us to learn our culture in a modern way, to learn it from our heart, not from memorization, to feel our beautiful culture. And tell me, dear children, did you feel nice when you were around your parents? Did you feel nice even holding their legs? It wasn't dirty, right? It wasn't bad, right? These are our parents. Remember, in love, everything is right. In faith, everything is right. In faith and love, even wrong is right. Even wrong is right. Today, your innocence is there, but as you keep growing up, you're remembering this is probably the most important thing. So, dear children, dear parents, I hope that the last 40-45 minutes has been something very nice and something very good for all of you. Our objective has been very simple. How do we create an experience? How do we create an opportunity for children to learn our culture in a beautiful way, in a secular way, in a modern way, in a fun way? Through our sessions and through the support of wonderful parents. I would like to specially mention, there's a parent over here, Dr. Sonia, right? She's been part of our program for such a long time, always sending her child over there, right? And there's this Arav's mom also Vanisha, right? They've been such beautiful supports, and this all is possible only because parents trust their children with us. I'm happy to mention that our teachers who are based in India have worked with, I think, almost about 100 children now from different countries and from different spaces, with a simple thing. For me, character building is the number one objective in this world. I'm going to, just because I'm motivated to, right? Because I want this to happen for so many places. Don't think about the time. Don't think about the money, whatever. What's more important is in some way we being connected. I'm going to repost the form on the chat box. If Raji, you can do that, right? I want you to fill this form up, right? In some way or the other, I want to stay connected with your children. I want our entire team to be able to do this so that we can do something. If there's any question anyone has for us, I would love to answer that.